Today, I'm going to teach you some proverbs that you can use to give people some great advice. That's coming up. Hey everyone, my name is Wes from interactiveenglishvideos.com, and this channel, it's all about helping you practice and improve your English skills. And today I kind of want to help you improve your overall English fluency because I want to teach you some very common proverbs that people use to give advice. And if you don't know what a proverb is, it is a short saying that people use to typically offer some wisdom or general truth or advice, which is what we're going to focus on in this lesson. It's all about giving advice. So right now, I think that we should take advantage of this opportunity. That would be my advice to you. You should take advantage of this opportunity, watch this lesson to build your vocabulary, and you need to strike while the iron's hot. And that is the first proverb that I want to talk to you about, to strike while the iron's hot. So if somebody were to tell you this and they were to give you this advice, it means, well, exactly what I just said. It means that you should take advantage of an opportunity right now because that opportunity may go away. So if there is a situation in which you want to achieve some goal or you want to do something and you think that, okay, I may not have this opportunity in the future. Somebody could tell you, hey, strike while the iron's hot. Take advantage of it now. And that would be their advice. And that's my advice to you, to keep watching, learn these different proverbs, strike while the iron's hot.
She really likes you, man. Stephanie will tell you. You know, in life, you got to strike while the iron's hot. Iron is hot.
Sage advice, Jack.
The next proverb that I have is, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And I think this is great advice because what it means is that you should not put all of your trust, all of your faith into one person or one thing, because if it fails, then you could be in a lot of trouble. So to give you an example, think of, money. Maybe you make some money and you want to invest it. And somebody could give you this advice and they say, whatever you do, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. You want to invest your money in different things. Because if you put all of your money in just this one thing, and it fails, then you're going to lose all of your money. So in that situation, you could give somebody some advice and say, hey, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Great advice.
That is not a plan. That's a reaction. You ever hear not putting all your eggs in one basket?
Then we have the proverb, look before you leap. And this is great advice because what you're telling somebody to do is that they should stop and think about something carefully before making a decision. And you would tell them, look before you leap. And I think this especially applies to a situation in which it could be a little dangerous, that there is some type of danger around and a person should not make a quick decision. It's better to think about it before making a decision, and that is when you could give this advice and use this proverb and tell somebody, hey, look before you leap, because if you make a quick decision, then that could put you in a bad situation or a dangerous situation. Look before you leap.
Whoa, what? Whoa! Did I tell you? Always look before you leap.
Well, I made it, didn't I?
Then we have the proverb, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And what this means is that you should not disrespect or act poorly toward the person who is helping you or supporting you. You need to be careful before you do something or say something that's going to upset this person, because they may stop helping you. They may stop supporting you. And in that case, you could give somebody advice and say, look, just be careful before you upset this person. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Just keep that in mind.
It's too risky.
For me or you? You want to talk risky. Why are you living in that house?
Look, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You can't stay.
Then we have a proverb which is perhaps one of the most famous proverbs in English, and that is, don't judge a book by its cover. And what this means is that you cannot tell what something or someone is like simply by looking at the outward appearance, that you just don't know what is on the inside or what is underneath, because you can't see it. And that's really what is most important. And to help you understand this, just think about what the proverb means exactly, because if we're talking about a book, well, the story is the most important part of a book. That is inside the book. Here is another picture to help demonstrate this proverb. I think often you would use this proverb when talking about people, that you should not look at someone and see their outside appearance and form an opinion based on that. You need to get to know the person. You need to see, well, what's their character like? What's their personality like? That is what you should judge a person on, is their inside, not their outside. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Let's say I was bald and had the complexion of a popular primary color. Would you still enjoy my company?
Of course. You don't judge a book by its cover.
Next is the proverb, well, mind your own business. And this, it's very common. I think people use it quite often. And it really means that you should not interfere with other people's lives, or you should not interfere with their affairs. That you should just, well, take care of yourself. So if you are trying to get involved in another person's life, which I think happens to all of us, that person may tell us and say, hey, mind your own business. All right? This does not concern you. Mind your own business.
Listen, you're not in charge. I am. Mind your own business.
Then we have the proverb, practice what you preach. This is another very common proverb, another great piece of advice that you can tell someone else, because I think this applies to everyone. If you tell somebody to practice what they preach, you are basically advising them that they should do the things that they say. And I think, for example, okay, broccoli, I don't really like broccoli. Broccoli and we have a little bit of a difficult relationship. However, I know that it's a very healthy food, and I know that I should eat it. And I have a baby girl, and as she gets older, I'm sure that I will encourage her to eat broccoli. Now, even though I don't like it, and I don't really eat broccoli, she might tell me one day, hey, Dad, you should practice what you preach. You're telling me to eat broccoli, well, you should eat it too. So again, this is a great proverb, and I think if all of you try to think of some situation in which you have told other people to do something that you don't necessarily do. And in that case, they could tell you, practice what you preach.
We are not hypocrites. We practice what we preach.
Then we have the proverb, don't put the cart before the horse. And if you give someone this advice, you're telling them that they need to do things in order. And it's a way of saying that they need to be organized. Because, well, the horse should go before the cart. The horses pull the cart. And that's the way to move forward. If the cart is before the horse, then you're just not going to move at all. So I think this is used if, well, you're talking about work, because sometimes with work, you need to do things in a certain order. So someone could say, hey, don't put the cart before the horse. You need to do things in this order because it's going to help you be more organized. Or you could use it when just talking about people's lives in general. I think during the day, there are things that all of us need to do, and sometimes we need to do them in a certain order. So if you're talking to someone and you are listening to what they're going to do during the day, and you think, wait, this is not going to help you. You need to do things in order. You need to be organized. You could give them advice and tell them, don't put the cart before the horse.
So I fully realize I'm putting the cart before the horse, but I was spitballing some design ideas, and I think I may have come up with a few potential campaign logos.
So if you want to continue improving your English skills, then I suggest you strike while the iron is hot. Check out one of these other video lessons around me because, well, it's a great way to learn different parts of the English language. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. It's great to get a lot of different exposure in a variety of ways. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit that like button. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.